So, example, my mother is sleeping and my father is reading a book. My mother is sleeping is independent clauses, a complete sentence, but you want to link two clauses together. You want to link the first independent clauses dengan independent clauses yang second. Okay, macam mana nak link? Awak kena tambah CC. Coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions ni ada 7. We have 7 coordinating conjunctions. Okay, the acronym usually we call fanboys. Macam mana nak tahu? Kita tengok belakang. Coordinating conjunctions are connecting words. Dia linker. Connecting words that are used to connect independent clauses. There are 7. Okay, first ada apa? For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. So when you have these 7 connecting words, what can you do? First, coordinating conjunction must be placed before second independent clauses. Lepas tu, this conjunction ni kita kena letak comma. A comma is used before coordinating conjunctions after first independent clause. Okay, macam mana kita nak tahu? Kita tengok example dia. Okay, she likes to cook carrots, but she likes to eat them raw. She likes to cook carrots, independent clause, but coordinating conjunctions. He likes to eat them raw, independent clauses. So awak kena, kalau awak perasan, bila awak nampak coordinating conjunctions, sebelum dia mesti ada comma. Mesti ada. Sama juga, cuba tengok example second. Richard wanted to see a movie. So this is independent clauses. So Lisa drove him to the theater. This is second independent clause. So the linker, the coordinating conjunction is so, and dia ada comma before dia. Kalau awak tinggal comma, betul tak ayat tu?
Tak.
Tak betul. Kalau awak tak ada comma, salah. So kena ingat, kena ada comma. And then the third example, the dog was fast. So independent clause. Yet the cat got away by climbing the fence. Yet is the coordinating conjunction. Very good. The cat got away by climbing the fence. Independent clause. Faham? Understand?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So, proceed. Okay. Second, macam mana? Macam mana kita nak linkkan independent clauses supaya dia jadi ayat lengkap? Macam mana? Connect independent clause with a semicolon. Connect independent clauses with a semicolon. Familiar tak dengan simbol ni? Selalu guna tak agak-agak? Tak selalu guna. Kalau awak suka baca novel, selalu ada banyak semicolon ni. Apa function dia? Function dia, dia nak hubungkan. Dia nak hubungkan siapa? First, we have independent clause we have independent clause, and then we have semicolon as the linker. Macam mana? Kita tengok example. Okay. My mother is sleeping. First independent clause. My father is reading a book. Second independent clause. And then you have semicolon. Semicolon is the linker. So when you have independent clause plus semicolon plus second independent clause, you get complete sentences. Okay, faham? Contoh kalau awak tak suka, awak tak nak guna coordinating conjunction, awak boleh guna semicolon. Macam tu. Okay. Semicolon always can connect to independent clauses without using a coordinating conjunction. Sama lah macam tadi yang teacher explain tadi. Cuma ni more example. Contoh dia. The dog likes my blanket. First independent clause. Second independent clause. He sleeps on my bed. First independent clause. Second independent clause. And then you have semicolon to link both independent clauses becomes complete sentences. Ni sekarang ni semua pasal independent clauses dia baru. Independent clause. Maksudnya ayat tu meaning dia dah lengkap. Untuk sampel second examples, the trees are beautiful.
Sembarangan kalau ngomong.
Semicolon, sepatutnya semicolon. It is autumn here. So jadi complete sentence. Okay, kalau third pun contoh, that chair broke.
Apa-apa.
Independent clause. And then you have semicolon as the linker. And then you connect with another independent clause. You get complete sentences. Faham tak setakat ni?
Faham.
Faham, okay. Semua anak murid bagus. Faham terus. Okay, third. Macam mana kita nak connect independent clause with an independent marker word. Kita jumpa ayat baru. Connect independent clause with an independent marker word. Ni independent pula. Okay, contoh. Independent clause, you add semicolon, you add marker, and you connect with second independent clause, you get complete sentence. Okay, macam mana? My mother is sleeping. Semicolon. However ni, independent marker word. My father is reading a book. Ni independent clause first, ni second independent clause. So bila awak join first clause dengan second clause, sebelum marker, sebelum independent marker, awak mesti kena letak semicolon. Mesti, wajib. Baru awak letak marker dia. So, I see semicolon, marker, clauses. Baru awak dapat complete sentences. Okay, faham tak? Ke keliru? Keliru ke?
Tak, okey Asya.
Okey je Okey. Kita tengok contoh lain Kita tengok contoh lain dulu. Okay, a semicolon nampak is placed before the marker, before the independent marker. So, tu kenapa tu? Haris okey tak tu?
Siapa tu cerita Indon tu?
Haris okey tak tu? Kalau awak tengah call orang, awak boleh mute dulu, Okay. So, note, do not capitalize the marker, the independent marker word after a semicolon. Okay. Contoh example dia, John did not study for his test. This is first independent clause. But then you need to put semicolon first. Baru you letak marker. Independent marker word. He failed the exam today. The second independent clause. So dia akan jadi complete sentence bila awak cakap John did not study for his test. Consequently, he failed the exam today. So you connect first independent clauses to second independent clauses using independent marker. So you need to put semicolon before the marker. Macam tu. So after marker awak kena letak comma. Kalau awak tak letak, salah. Awak kena letak. So ada 5 benda. First, you have to have first independent clauses, semicolon, independent marker word, comma, and second independent clauses. Kalau awak kena ayat guna cara ketiga, benda ni awak kena jaga. Kena ada 5 benda ni baru ayat tu betul. Okay. Confused tak? Ke okey je? Okey setakat ni tak keliru lagi Ke ada yang keliru dah? Kalau keliru kita tengok dulu contoh independent marker word. Independent marker word ni maksudnya kalau awak nampak marker tu, contoh awak nampak certain words, lepas tu kalau ada ayat-ayat ni dia adalah independent. Macam tu. Kalau contoh awak ada ayat-ayat ni, dia dependent. Dia macam tu. Marker ni maksudnya dia petanda bahawa ayat itu adalah sama ada dia independent, dia boleh berdiri dengan sendiri, can stand on its own, ataupun dia dependent. Maksudnya ayat tu tergantung, cannot stand on its own. So we can check the examples. Nampak? Independent marker words. Independent marker words are another way to connect clauses. The words are used at the beginning of an independent clause. Apa contoh dia? If you see also, consequently, furthermore, however, moreover, nevertheless, and therefore, diorang ni semua ni adalah independent marker clause. Okay? Alright, so kita proceed. Ini yang tadi teacher cakap. First, kalau awak guna semicolon, awak kena guna comma. Tapi, you can also use a period. Period ni maksud dia tanda titik lah, tanda nokta. Period, tanda nokta. Kalau awak nak guna period sebelum independent marker clause, awak kena guna sebelum independent clause. Macam mana tu? Contoh macam ni. Sam wanted to ride his bike. You have your first independent clause, but then you want to use independent marker clause. However ni kan contoh kan? Contoh independent marker word. So, awak nak guna period. Bila awak guna period, you will have two separate sentences. So, you letak titik dekat sini. Ada period. Lepas tu awak ada your independent marker word. Tapi lepas independent marker word, awak mesti letak comma. No matter what, you need to put the comma there. So you have your independent marker word and then you have second independent clause. So when you connect both clauses, you will have period, you will have independent marker words, and then you have comma, and then you have second independent clause. Ini cara lain kalau awak tak nak guna semicolon. Macam tu. Everyone clear?
Yes.
Buat macam ni kalau clear. Okay, very good. Okay, next. Okay, for example, kita tengok ini cara pertama ke cara kedua. Kita tengok dulu. Mike clean his room. Independent clause. Lepas independent clause awak jumpa apa? Awak jumpa apa ni? Semicolon, bagus. Lepas jumpa semicolon, awak jumpa siapa?
Independent marker.
Independent marker word.
Word.
Very good. Lepas independent marker word, awak kena jumpa siapa?
Koma.
Comma, very good. Lepas awak jumpa comma, awak jumpa siapa? Independent clause. Very good. Ini cara pertama ke cara kedua?
Yang mana?
Yang first ni, yang
Pertama.
kita cerita. Yang pertama, pandai. Yang pertama kita guna semicolon. Kita tengok pula contoh kedua. Nick was tired after work. Ni apa?
Independent clause.
Very good. Independent clause. After independent clause, okay, awak jumpa siapa? Ya, awak jumpa siapa ni?
Titik.
Titik. Pandai. Awak jumpa period.
Period.
Lepas awak jumpa period, awak jumpa siapa?
Independent marker word.
Independent
good.
marker words.
Independent marker words. Lepas awak jumpa independent marker words, apa yang wajib awak jumpa?
Koma.
Comma, very good. Lepas awak letak comma, awak boleh connect second
Independent
clause. Very good. Okay, so macam tu. Senang tak? Senang kan nak hubungkan
Senang.
ayat? Senang je. Kenapa ayat-ayat ni penting? Sebab kadang-kadang kita selalu salah dekat macam ni. Contoh kita tak letak semicolon. Contoh kita tak letak comma. Ataupun kita letak titik. Tapi kita lupa letak comma. Macam tu. So bila awak connect independent clauses, awak kena jaga punctuation awak. Awak kena jaga tanda baca awak. So if you have independent clauses connected to second independent clauses, lepas tu awak guna semicolon, awak kena letak independent marker dan comma. Macam tu. Tapi contoh, awak nak guna independent marker word ni, tapi awak tak nak guna semicolon, awak guna titik. Bila awak guna titik, awak jumpa independent marker, awak kena letak comma. Cuma beza dia, ayat kedua akan jadi 2 ayat. Ayat pertama, 1 ayat. Macam tu. Tapi cara untuk awak dapatkan, awak nak lengkapkan ayat tu sama. Sama maksud dia. Okay, faham tak setakat ni?
Teacher,
Ya?
kalau tak bubur yang yang semicolon, koma semua tu, dia tolak markah ke?
Maksudnya ayat awak salah lah tanda baca dia. Kalau awak tertinggal, salah ayat tu. Kiranya macam contoh ayat awak buat ayat biasa, tiba-tiba awak terlupa letak titik. Sama juga macam tu. Kiranya ayat awak tak lengkap. Sama juga macam awak connect ni. Bila awak guna clauses, bila awak jumpa clauses, maksudnya ayat yang lengkap, tapi awak nak panjangkan dia. Contoh awak nak panjangkan dia kan kita ada banyak cara kan. Contoh kalau kita nak guna conjunction, ataupun kita guna semicolon, ataupun kita guna independent marker word. Kalau awak nak guna selain conjunction, awak kena jaga tanda baca awak. Awak kena jaga punctuation awak. Sebab tu bila nak connect clauses, memang penting untuk jaga punctuation. Punctuation ni kena jaga. Semicolon, comma, period, comma. Mesti kena jaga. Sebabnya kalau kita salah tanda baca, maksudnya ayat tu tak lengkap. Ataupun orang kata macam ayat tu macam pelik lah. Contoh patutnya ayat tu dah berhenti. Contoh kena letak tanda titik. Tapi tiba-tiba awak tak letak. So maksud dia tak sampai. Walaupun awak tulis ayat tu, struktur dia betul, grammar dia betul. Tapi kalau punctuation awak salah, ayat tu masih salah. Sebab tu kena jaga juga. Kalau awak nak connect clauses dengan clauses ataupun benda-benda macam tu, punctuation awak kena jaga. Faham tak?
Faham.
Okay, very good. So dah 3.50. Okay, Jai. Teacher ada video, dah tengok video tak? Jai. Okay, so Sekejap. Apa tak jadi? Sekejap Sebab asyik dengar teacher bebel je kan? Okay, kita dengar orang lain bebel dulu. Okay, kita rehat kejap
Yelah. Itu lah dia.
Okay, so these are some words or phrases that SpongeBob actually say in the lead. So what does it mean, get it together? Maksud dia bring oneself back to composure. Manager, who's the manager? The person who is in control of a company or business. Kalau pressure, macam biasalah, stress, tension. Okay, setting in. Setting in ni contoh phrasal verb. Phrasal verb. Maksud dia starting to develop, begin or establish. Promotion, awak tahu kan promotion. Raising someone to a higher rank. Insane, crazy. Kid, child. Supposed to. Means that, mean to or assume to. So kita ulang balik. Sebab awak dah faham maksud dia, kita boleh tengok apa yang SpongeBob cerita. Okay.
Yelah. Depend.
Okay, done. So okay kita take a break tadi. Petang-petang ni panas-panas. Slow sikit. So kita sambung. Okay. Kalau example ni, kalau teacher tanya balik, kalau apa, awak boleh jawab tak agak-agak?
Boleh.
Boleh confirm Okay,
Yes.
good. Okay, so apa benda lah tadi aku belajar kan, dependent marker word, independent marker word, ni maksud dia. What is the difference? Perbezaan. Difference between dependent marker word Sekejap ada soalan.
Boleh.
Sila. Okay, we continue. What is the difference between dependent marker words, contoh dia if, while, since, and independent marker words, contoh dia also, therefore. Okay, apa perbezaan dia? Ni. First, if we use dependent marker, the clause cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. So if you put dependent marker, ayat dia akan jadi incomplete. Akan jadi dependent clause. Tapi contoh, awak guna independent marker, the clause can stand alone as a complete sentence. So if you put therefore, dia akan jadi complete. Dia still akan jadi independent clause. Macam tu. She lives ni, the sentence already complete sebab dia independent clause. But if you add dependent marker, you got dependent clause. But if you still add independent marker to independent clause, your sentence still complete. Macam tu. Tu je beza dia. If you add dependent, dia akan jadi dependent. Kalau awak add independent marker, dia akan jadi independent. Tu je beza dia. Faham tak? Faham InsyaAllah faham. Okay, so kita proceed. Okay, ni cara terakhir. Cara terakhir untuk awak connect clauses. Tadi depan-depan tu semua independent. Maksudnya ayat awak dah lengkap tapi awak nak hubungkan ayat awak yang lain dengan satu ayat lagi yang lengkap. Independent clauses connected to independent clauses. Kita ada 3 cara tadi. First, kita tambah coordinating conjunction, CC. Lepas tu second, kita tambah semicolon dengan independent marker words. Itu kita tambah independent marker words. Lepas tu kita pun ada guna period dengan independent marker words. Tapi itu semua independent clauses. Kalau awak nak connect dependent clauses, ayat yang tergantung ke independent clauses, ayat yang dah ada maksud, macam mana? So cara dia macam ni. Independent clauses You add two dependent clauses. Awak tambah macam tu je, awak akan dapat complete sentence. Okay, macam mana? Kita tengok examples. My father is reading a book. The green one is independent, meaning dia dah complete. Plus dependent clause, because he was bored staying up alone. Because is the dependent marker word, penanda bahawa dia adalah dependent. He was bored staying up alone. Asal dia independent clause. Tapi sebab awak tambah dia marker yang dependent, dia akan jadi dependent clause. So macam mana kita nak tambahkan jadi complete sentence, awak tambah je. IC plus DC. So my father is reading a book because he was bored staying up alone. Okay, dapat one complete sentence. But if you reverse the order, instead of you letak IC dulu, awak letak DC dulu. Contoh, because he was bored staying up alone, you put DC first and then you connect with independent clauses. My father is reading a book. You need to put a comma. Nampak tak beza dia? Faham ke confused? Kalau faham, okay, very good. Faham Ini je beza dia. If you put the order, first awak letak independent clause dekat depan, baru awak letak dependent clause dekat belakang, ayat awak tulis je macam biasa. Tak ada tanda-tanda. Kiranya punctuation awak ada period dekat belakang ni je. So my father is reading a book because he was bored staying up alone. So you got one complete sentence. But if you reverse the order, you put the dependent clause first because he was bored staying up alone, comma, my father is reading a book. And then you got complete sentences. But you got a new punctuation which is the comma. Tu je beza dia. Dua-dua ayat betul. Dua-dua ada independent clause dengan dependent clause. Tapi cara awak tulis tu dia ada beza. Tapi maksud dia sama. Okay. Ni tadi teacher dah cerita lah. We place a comma after the dependent clause. Lepas dependent clause baru letak comma. Kalau kita begins dengan dependent marker word. Okay, contoh kalau keliru lagi, kita tengok balik contoh lain kan. Nampak? Kalau awak letak macam ni je, because the girl laugh, ayat ni tak complete. Sebab dia cannot stand alone. Sebab awak letak dependent marker word dekat independent clause. So dia jadi dependent clause. Dependent clause salah. Dia kena independent clause sambung dekat dia baru jadi ayat lengkap. So macam mana ayat yang betul? First, kalau buat cara macam ni. Because the girl laugh, I smile. Ni sebab DC dekat depan, dependent clause dekat depan, awak kena letak comma. Wajib. Wajib letak comma. But if you write it in good order ataupun the correct order, awak letak IC dulu, awak letak independent dulu, but I smile. Independent clause, meet dependent clause, awak boleh tulis macam biasa. You can write it normally without punctuation. I smile because the girl laughed. Full stop. But if you put the dependent first, because the girl laughed, you need to put comma. I smile. Full stop. Okay, baru betul. Okay, faham tak setakat ni? Clear? Clear? Okay. First example. First order ke second order? Agak-agak. First example. First order ke second order?
Order kot.
First.
First. Contoh, when I pick a flower for you. Ni apa? DC ke IC?
DC.
DC.
IC.
DC. Sebab kita ada dependent marker kat sini. Nampak? Kalau awak jumpa DC, nampak? Terus jumpa comma. A bee stung me. I see. Ini first order. Tapi contoh kalau awak tulis normally, a bee stung me when I pick a flower for you. BC. This is the second order. Second order is when you write normally. First order when you use dependent clause in the beginning. Cuba tengok second example. Second example, ini. First order ke second order?
First.
First ke second?
First.
First, very good. Kenapa first?
Sebab dia ada dependent marker kat depan.
Dia ada dependent marker word dekat depan. If ni dependent. So if my mom is nice. Bila DC dekat depan, first order. So yang bawah confirm second order. Okay, cuba tengok third example.
First.
First, okay. Apa dependent marker word dia?
While.
While,
While.
very good. While. While my teacher taught me how to read. DC.
DC.
Very good. DC. So DC first order. So yang bawah?
Bawah. Second.
Second order. Maksudnya awak tulis macam biasa. So the other students work quietly in their notebooks. Ni IC awak. Independent class awak. DC awak. While my teacher taught me how to read. Ni DC. So mudah je. Kalau dependent clause connect dengan independent clause, dia mudah. Mudah sebab apa? Dia ada dua ni je. Sama ada awak letak dependent dekat depan ataupun awak letak independent dekat depan. Kalau awak letak dependent dekat depan, beza dia awak kena ada koma. Tu je. Kalau awak letak IC dulu kat depan, awak tulis je macam biasa. So bila awak connect independent clauses dengan dependent clauses, awak tambah macam tu je. Awak tak perlukan apa-apa linker. Dia beza kalau independent clause. Kalau awak hubungkan dengan independent clause, awak kena ada linker. Awak kena ada penghubung. So dia beza. Yang ni beza, yang ni beza. Yang independent clauses plus independent clauses ni tadi yang awak belajar yang ada 4 cara tadi. Macam tu. Tapi contoh independent clause, awak tambah dengan DC, awak terus je sambung ayat tu macam biasa. Tak perlu tambah-tambah linker. Okay. Faham tak setakat ni? Okay, faham Okay, very good. So, last but not least. Okay, what can you summarize from what you have learned today? Awak belajar apa ni? Awak belajar apa ni? Awak belajar pasal clauses. Apa maksud clauses tadi?
Group of word.
A group of words. Group of words that contain a subject and a verb.
Verb.
Tapi betul ke subjek dengan verb je?
Ada complement sekali.
Ada complement sekali. Pandai. So kita tambah dekat sini. Clause bukan setakat subjek plus verb sahaja. Clause pun bermaksud subjek plus verb plus complement.
Compliment.
Okay, very good. Oh, welcome back Haris. Okay. So, apa je tadi yang dah belajar? Apa summary dia?
Kita belajar IC dengan DC.
Okay, kita belajar IC dengan DC. Lepas tu kita belajar apa lagi?
Kita belajar tambah IC tambah dengan DC semua tu.
Okay, very good. So, dia ada berapa cara? Ingat tak dia berapa cara? Tak ingat. Okay, so kita tengok ni. Okay, first. Bila awak nak tambah independent clause dengan independent clause, awak ada 3 cara. Ini summary dia. Cara pertama, awak guna CC. Apa maksud CC? Coordinating conjunctions. Kalau awak ingat lagi ni coordinating conjunctions dia. Kalau tak ingat tak apa, nanti ada nota, nanti awak boleh ingat. Ini cara pertama, awak guna conjunction, awak guna kata hubung, linker. So ini cara pertama. Kalau cara kedua, awak guna semicolon. Kalau cara ketiga, awak guna independent marker word. Independent marker word ni ada 2 cara-cara yang kita nak tulis. First, sama ada kita guna semicolon ataupun kita guna period. Macam tu. So, ini untuk IC dengan IC. Kalau IC dengan DC, yang ada first order dengan second order. Kalau kita letak put comma when DC come first, dia first order ke second order? Very good. First order. First order DC plus IC. So when IC come first, dia first order ke second order? Second order. Very good. Second order IC plus DC. Mudah tak? Mudah ke kan?
Boleh.
Boleh InsyaAllah boleh So hari ni teacher ajar benda ni je. Kenapa teacher ajar benda ni? Agak-agak.
Sebab tak tahu.
Kenapa clauses penting? Sebab selalu untuk improve kita punya writing skills. Kenapa untuk improve kita punya writing skills? Kadang-kadang orang biasa buat simple sentences. Maksud dia awak ada subjek, awak ada verb, awak ada complement. Tapi ayat tu simple, dia tak kompleks. Kalau clauses, kalau awak belajar independent clauses plus independent clauses, macam awak belajar tadi, dia akan jadi kompleks. Selalu kalau ayat kompleks, markah awak lagi banyak banding simple sentences. Sebab tu penting untuk faham macam mana awak nak link satu clause dengan satu clause yang lain. Awak tak boleh tambah macam tu je. Awak tak boleh letak saja-saja je. Oh dah letak conjunction tapi punctuation awak tak jaga. Macam tu. Contoh awak guna semicolon tapi tiba-tiba awak tambah and. Tak boleh. Kalau awak dah guna semicolon je. Kalau awak guna and, awak dah guna conjunction. Kalau awak guna conjunction mesti ada koma. Dia macam tu. Sebab tu clauses ni penting. Dia penting sebab untuk writing skill kita. Kalau awak pandai untuk utilize independent clauses, awak boleh tambah banyak ayat. So sebab tu clauses ni penting sebab kita nak tambah adding more words. Penting untuk continuous writing. Bila dalam continuous writing, awak perlukan words yang banyak, betul tak? Sebab tu clauses ni penting. Kalau awak faham macam mana nak guna clauses, awak boleh tambah ayat sampai ayat tu panjang. Macam tu. Tapi selalu clauses ni dia ada limit. Maximum 3 clauses in a sentences. Kenapa kalau tulis panjang-panjang nanti ni? Kalau tulis panjang banyak salah. Satu, ayat bosan. Dua, dia nak tulis pendek sangat pun tak boleh, nak tulis panjang sangat pun tak boleh. So kita kena ada limit. Kalau kita tulis panjang-panjang, nanti kan penanda kertas bosan. Bilalah budak ni nak berhenti. Banyak sangat koma dia, banyak sangat semicolon dia. Kalau contoh kalau macam ayat pendek-pendek sangat, budak ni ayatnya ada verb, ada subjek je. Detail dia tak ada. Sebab tu penting kita belajar clauses. Macam tu. Okay. Setakat ni je dulu. Ada apa-apa soalan tak? Kalau nak tanya, tanya sekarang. Tak ada Faham semua Okay. Okay, very good. So nanti apa-apa, nanti teacher email lah nota ni dengan latihan untuk awak buat. So setakat ni je lah. Kelas kita dah habis dah. Teacher ajar ni je hari ni. So kita tutup majlis kita dengan tasbih kafarah dan suratul As. Okay, done. Lepas tu boleh lah. Okay, Mashita, Haris dengan Danish boleh leave meeting dah. Okay, thank you semua. Terima kasih datang. Okay, Assalamualaikum.